DEFA Minister Clare Barber. So obviously now we're at the extension for Ramsey Bakery of that, and there's been a question about food supply going into TT sprung up. What are you able to tell us about essentially what is going to happen moving forward from the government side?
Yeah, so we've got the Food Security Silver Group obviously together, and that's been a really good forum for bringing out any concerns, queries and troubleshooting and really trying to find solutions around that. As you say, TT, we always have an increase in food, and a lot of the companies we speak to have already been preparing for that, obviously before even the Ramsey Bakery announcement. So while we recognise that there will be an increased requirement to bring bread in because the extension from Ramsey Bakery is only to the 14th of May, we understand that is ongoing, and the supply to customers shouldn't be affected, but it will be different products, and equally our local bakeries will increase their production as well, so through Noah, Ross, etc.
Now, your department has a sort of, I'd say, bizarre relationship with the mill a little bit, because the Treasury is the shareholder, isn't it? But you're sort of in effect in the room and everything goes on with the farming side of it. What can you tell us about what we're looking at with that at the minute? Because obviously that's a concern for a lot of people in terms of this is a major customer gone.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the major customer, and I think that the mill have put commas out around that as well. And as you say, it's stakeholders, Treasury, but from a DEFA perspective, we're very involved around the milling wheat growers and that wider food promotion. So at the minute, the focus is on understanding what the demand for flour will look like without Ramsey Bakery there. Obviously some of those lines could be picked up by other bakers, and equally we would expect to see expansion in those other bakers in their current products as people make a choice to go to them, which is absolutely what we would hope will happen in a vast array of cases. But until we understand that wider flour demand, we won't be able to make a decision about the long-term positioning of the mill. But there's a number of scenarios being worked up by the team at the mill at the minute in order to better understand what that looks like. But certainly at the minute they've got flour in, there's milling wheat in the ground, and there is security in terms of that supply for our other bakers.
Just sort of in terms of how soon would something on this have to be sort of looked at further down the line? Because obviously stuff was in the ground ahead of this decision by Ramsey Bakery. I don't know a lot about farming, but when does that sort of next roll around to when do we need an element of certainty about progression?
So we're certainly looking to have that in the next month, I would say. Understanding the timeframes from the milling wheat growers, I think that would fit in well. But obviously, as with everything, the sooner the better.